And so because of that, you see things like pencils that they have to have a special type of wood to hold a particular color. And in doing so, it causes it to have a lot of issues. If you drop your colors a certain way, they'll break. Nobody told you that, huh? Well, because the lead and the material used to hold your color itself together with its pigments that are formed in a certain type of cylinder is where things start to get a little crazy, because it can't sustain that texture to be used to be colored. Why, you ask? Because it is a material. It is not perfect science. What they needed was it to be that particular color only enough through the typical chemical process of that material that would hold the pigment till you process it with whatever medium you're working with. And in doing so, it causes it to have some severe reactions with the medium that you work with, whether or not it can be layered or whether or not the processing itself is going to hold itself up. And in doing so, you end up with a lot of problems. Like, you'll end up with a very chalky white, or you'll have a very grainy blue, and the product itself will have a completely horrible texture in comparison. You won't have consistency in your pigment. If you sharpen it and the wood snaps, and you end up with what I hate and known as the hole in your pencil, you are SOL. And I actually have a horrible pencil story that has befallen me, and very few people have said that these things is actually even possible. And nowadays I'm like, great, anything's possible with Prismacolors. Great. So I've had these Prismacolors for a couple of years, and some of them, before I had sharpened them, had little bitty flakes of white on them. I take it had been dust, so I can color with dust. I have sharpened my pencil since then. I don't like dull points, so no dull points here. All right, so now this is where we're at. As you can see, it follows the coloring gradients at the heads of the dragon that it does over there at the hands as well. And the gradients from the arms and the pillars match the gradients that matches with the dragons. Same thing with the stomachs and with the orb. I'm going to still add some more highlights to this dragon, and then we can work on the wolves down here itself. So I decided to make it more along the lines of it balances that way down to these cooler, warmer colors. Yep. So I'm going to make this more like a peachy purple gray. Yeah, peachy purple gray. We'll see. All right.